What's up, everybody? It's Regent. So, if you didn't know, I currently live in Southern California, but before I moved here, I lived up in Sacramento, which has considerably less beach access. But of course, that doesn't stop a bunch of teenagers who barely have their licenses from playing in the water. So, we have a variety of lakes and rivers near where we live to choose from, and one of my favorites to go to is called the American River. You've probably heard of it. But it was really fun to go to, not because the water is fucking freezing, which it is, but because there's a lot of tall rocks to jump off of, and the water is also really clear and pretty. And so one day, me and a few of my friends decided we were gonna head up there for the day. So we did. We jumped in a car and went up there, and figured we'd just spend a few hours jumping off rocks and whatever. And so we get there and park up and start walking down the road towards the bridge that goes across the river to get to the side where the jump spot is. And before we cross the bridge, we notice that there is just a line of police, ambulance, and fire trucks going all the way up the mountainside on this side of the river. And we were pretty confused about what was going on. We figured it was just a car crash, which would really suck on those roads because it's like one lane either way, and they're already barely scratching for that. So there's really no room for anybody to be getting into an accident on those roads. But there was no crash that we could see, so we were kind of wondering what was going on. But the main issue for us was that they were blocking the area where we'd have to climb down to get to the jump spot. And so we decided, oh well, we'll just go. We'll just walk the trail on the other side of the river, and just swim across the river, and that wasn't that big of a deal. So we decided to do that, and we walked down this trail a little bit, and then by the time we get to the spot where we needed to be, we noticed that the policemen and all the firefighters and shit were starting to climb down the side of the road, like down the side of the hill to the river, and we're like, oh shit, I guess there's they're doing something down at the river. Maybe somebody like fell down and got injured, and we didn't really know what was going on at all. But anyways, we're sitting there and just watching them for a while, and eventually they bring down some scuba divers, so they're clearly going into the river, and something's down there. So we watch them for a bit. The scuba divers kind of go up and down for about half an hour. Don't really do anything, but everybody's just standing around waiting for them to pull some shit up. Eventually, one of the divers goes down, stays down for a second, and then comes back up. Doesn't look like he has anything, but he starts to swim back over towards the bank, and we notice that one of the firefighters that he's swimming towards, or one of the paramedics that he's swimming towards, is holding a stretcher, and it kind of has a large duffel bag looking thing on it, and that was kind of a clue for what was to come next. But basically they lowered the stretcher into the water and tried to keep it below the water so that nobody could see what they were going to put on it. And of course, it just comes up out of the depths, and you could see a dead body being carefully put into this bag, trying not to let the whole crowd who was watching see what was happening. And they were doing a pretty good job of it, but you could definitely see it if you wanted to. And so eventually they do that. They zip it up, and they get out of there as fast as they can. They like drag it up the side of the fucking hillside, and they get out of there, and we're allowed to go down there and get to our jump spot. But we were kind of fucking freaked out. I mean, we weren't really expecting anything like that. I guess we should have been, because they weren't really going to go down to there to get a shiny penny or anything. But yeah, I guess we tried to talk to one of the police officers before they left, and he said they're not entirely sure what happened to him, but they think he jumped off of this big bridge. It's called the Forest Hill Bridge, and it's only like less than half a mile up the river, and it's like one of the tallest bridges in the U.S. It's like I looked it up. It's like 730 feet. It's like the fourth tallest bridge in the U.S. And it's a big bitch, and I guess it's a popular spot for suicides. Go figure. And they think he was a victim of that. and I guess he got caught on like there's like I think some like bridges collapsed on that river, and there's like a bunch of like big ass I-beams and concrete in the river, so he must have been trapped on one of those. But yeah, pretty fucked up, and it was a sight to see. I guess we chose the right or maybe the wrong day, but the rest of it was pretty good. We went over to a rock. It was fucking cold. The rocks that we jump off of are really fucking cool. They're like they look so weird. But anyways, we jumped off of them. We were kind of like, oh, we're kind of swimming in dead body water right now, but I guess it's a river, so it doesn't matter. And yeah, that was about it. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you're entertained by this kind of short, random story. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye bye.